In what should have been a time of celebration and unity, the upcoming Invictus Games in Canada are instead shrouded in controversy. Reports have surfaced that the CEO of the Invictus Games has approached Prince Harry with a request that might change the face of these games forever, to step back from the event due to his association with Meghan Markle, which has allegedly led to an unprecedented withdrawal of nearly 800 veterans from the competition. This move has sparked a heated debate about the influence of celebrity on what was once a purely veteran-focused initiative, raising questions about whether the Invictus Games have lost their original mission under the shadow of media spectacle. Since its inception by Prince Harry in 2014, the Invictus Games were meant to be a beacon of hope and rehabilitation for wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and veterans through the power of sport. However, recent developments suggest that Meghan Markle's involvement has shifted the focus from the participants to the couple themselves. Veterans have expressed discontent, citing that the Games are becoming more about the Harry and Meghan show than about honoring those who have served their countries. The narrative has shifted, with many feeling the event has been hijacked for a personal branding exercise rather than maintaining its core mission of support and recovery. The controversy deepens with allegations that Meghan's participation has not only been about her presence, but also about the perceived extravagance and cost associated with accommodating her. Critics argue that the financial resources, which could be better utilized for the welfare of veterans, are instead being redirected to fund the security, luxury accommodations, and media events surrounding the Sussex's attendance. This has led to a significant backlash from the veteran community, who feel marginalized by what they see as an unnecessary glamorization of an event meant for their healing and recognition. Moreover, there's a growing sentiment among some veterans that Meghan's public speeches and engagements at the Games have not always resonated with the core audience. Her approach has been described by some as out of touch with the military ethos, focusing more on broader, sometimes political, themes rather than the immediate needs and stories of the veterans. This disconnect has reportedly led to a feeling among many participants that their moment in the spotlight is being overshadowed by Meghan's high-profile status, diluting the event's primary purpose. In response to these criticisms, some might argue that Meghan has brought significant attention and new sponsorships to the Games, suggesting her influence could be positive in the long run. Proponents of her involvement point to her efforts in reaching out to a broader audience, potentially increasing both visibility and support for veterans' causes. However, this argument is met with skepticism by those who see the increased media coverage as superficial, prioritizing celebrity over substance. The question then becomes whether the influx of attention is beneficial if it shifts the narrative away from those the Games were intended to celebrate. The call for Prince Harry to step back from this year's Games by the CEO is a dramatic move, highlighting a perceived crisis within the organization's leadership. It's an acknowledgement that perhaps the Invictus Games need to reassess their direction if they are to continue serving their original mandate effectively. This situation has put Harry in a challenging position, caught between his desire to support an initiative he founded and the reality that his involvement, alongside Meghan, might be doing more harm than good. The decision for him to possibly take a step back for the upcoming event in Canada could be seen as a strategic move to refocus the Games on its participants rather than its patrons. The backlash has also sparked discussions about the broader implications of celebrity involvement in charitable or service-oriented events. While celebrity can indeed draw attention and resources, it can also lead to unintended consequences like mission drift, where the original goals of an organization are slowly replaced by the public persona of its figureheads. This case with the Invictus Games serves as a poignant example of how well-intentioned celebrity involvement can backfire, potentially alienating the very community it seeks to support. In conclusion, the unfolding drama around the Invictus Games in Canada paints a complex picture of celebrity influence in philanthropy. Meghan Markle's involvement has undeniably brought the Games under the international spotlight, but at what cost? The withdrawal of nearly 800 veterans due to perceived shifts in focus suggests a significant disconnect. Whether this leads to a re-evaluation of how public figures engage with such events or if it's just a temporary setback for the Games, only time will tell. What remains clear is that the Invictus Games must navigate this controversy carefully to preserve the integrity and purpose of what Prince Harry created nearly a decade ago. The Games must return to being about the veterans, their recovery, and their stories, lest they risk losing the essence that made them a beacon of hope and resilience.